Hello and welcome. In today's video, we'll be discussing practical methods for achieving orgasm in women. I'm Levent Erdem, a sexual therapist and clinical psychologist. Let's get started. The female orgasm is a subject that has been the subject of many topics, situations, conversations, and films. It's a complex process. There's nothing wrong with it being complex. However, unfortunately, it's a subject where a lot of misinformation is circulated and discussed. Contrary to what you might think, very little is known about the female orgasm. In today's video, I'll address these common deficiencies and misconceptions and provide you with the answers. I'll be explaining the practical methods. First, it's important to understand that the female body, the female anatomy, is quite different from the male. What does this mean? The underlying mechanisms within operate differently. The way they work, the durations, and the processes of ascending and descending are different. They're quite different from those of men. What does this mean? So, there are certain methods and strategies that men should know and implement to facilitate female orgasm, because women require a longer duration than men, and not just duration. There are other factors as well. For example, men perceive things more mechanically or physically and are aroused and affected by physical elements, while women are different. More emotional elements are at play, and these emotional elements are influential, and these emotional elements and emotions make women ready for sexuality and sex. It's a little different from men's. This is where the key points men need to understand begin. The first thing men should pay attention to is being kind and gentle. The female body is sensitive, the male body is sensitive too, but women have a very rich variety of erogenous zones. So, if a man knows these things, what should he do? Should he dive into them right away? Should he immediately begin stimulating them? Oh wait, no, a man needs to be gentle and make slow approaches. For example, women have erogenous zones. Just like men, women have many more, such as their nipples, clitoris, and neck. Even though a man knows this, he needs to stimulate these areas slowly, using gentle movements, because rough or sudden approaches won't initiate or escalate a woman's excitement. Therefore, it's important to be gentle and treat these erogenous zones like tiny delicate crystals so that a woman's sexual excitement gradually begins to rise sweetly. Another topic is kissing. Kissing usually takes place before intercourse, at least in many relationships. However, this kissing practice is abandoned by many couples or even by men when intercourse begins. In fact, lip-to-lip contact is a significant factor for women. Therefore, when intercourse begins, the man should continue to kiss beforehand. This should be continued because women are creatures who gradually adapt and gradually increase their sexual arousal. This means they don't become aroused as quickly as men, nor do they become ready for intercourse as quickly. Don't neglect kissing. It's important to continue kissing and small kisses before, during, and even after intercourse for emotional satisfaction. Another important consideration is the approach. Your approach should be calm and slow. What do I mean? Let me explain this with a sentence I really liked when I first heard it. Even if women have just escaped from the convent, they don't want to alleviate their years of male deprivation all at once. In other words, they want to gradually satisfy these feelings. Therefore, the man needs to demonstrate patience and slow, calm, and warming movements accordingly. So you see, in porn films, men behave harshly, taking what they hit and break. What are they then? The porn industry produces films that are far removed from reality. In the porn world, people engage in activities that have no real-life counterparts to trigger sexual excitement and quickly arouse certain emotions. It would be a grave mistake for us to follow their example and accept them as our norm. Don't be calm and patient, allowing a woman's sexual excitement to gently build and reach a level equal to that of a man. Remember, you'll soon be engaging in sexual intercourse. A similar level of excitement will yield wonderful results. Oral sex is an essential part of sexual intercourse and sexuality. If you're using oral sex during your sexual intercourse as a man, you should do so very slowly, using small, exciting touches. Let me explain. I've mentioned a woman's erogenous zones and given 3 examples. These could be the neck, the back, the nipples, or the clitoris. The clitoris contains thousands of nerve endings, which are very sensitive. Therefore, stimulating the clitoris is crucial for enhancing a woman's pleasure. However, in oral sex, it's crucial to approach those erogenous zones directly, and continuously touching doesn't actually produce the results we imagine. So, what shouldn't she do? Stroking around those areas, touching the area from time to time, backing away from it, and circling back again, constantly applying the same stimulus to the same erogenous zone won't yield good results. It won't excite a woman as quickly or as effectively as you'd expect. So, what do I suggest? Stimulating these areas at varying intervals and with varying intensities will significantly increase a woman's sexual arousal. Feedback is also a crucial factor in a female orgasm. How? Here's how. When a woman is touched, a man needs to be sensitive to the woman's reactions and feedback. Because yes, there are some common erogenous zones. For example, the clitoris is one of them. The nipple may or may not be one of them. So while female anatomy is very similar, every body is different. Every person has different sensitivities when it comes to emotions and interactions. So don't just assume based on your previous experience that this happened and that the same thing will happen again. Observe the feedback and response from each touch, and try to observe which areas and movements elicit greater arousal and greater impact. Remember, there's no single truth. There are common truths, and there are also truths specific to each person. To be able to apply and understand these personalized truths, to experience a delightful sexual experience, to experience a delicious orgasm, and to give a woman the experience, you need to know, observe, and apply certain truths. Here are the important steps that will help you achieve this in the practical methods I've outlined. These are some crucial steps you should take before engaging in sexual intercourse. If you found this video helpful, similar videos will be published on this channel twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, and if you find this content helpful, please leave a like and then share this video with anyone you think might need it. See you in the next video.